Kia ora, I'm Penny from Tauranga Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make delicious boil up. But first we need to wash our hands. Our first step is to start cooking our bones. So I've got here some pork bones and also a bacon hock. So we're going to put those in the saucepan, cover them with water and set them to boil while we get on with preparing the vegetables. So when you're getting your pork bones, you want nice meaty ones. These are great. There's lots of meat on them. So all in the pot. And our bacon hock. You need a big pot for this. Now I'm going to put in my water. Perhaps just a bit more so all the meat is covered. There we go. Now I'm going to put the lid on and put on the element to cook. So I'm going to start off with it at high, and then once it starts to boil I'm going to turn it right down low and let it simmer for about an hour and a half. The meat's simmering away and I'm going to make a start on preparing our vegetables. So we've got kumara, potatoes and half pumpkin that all need to be peeled and chopped, ready to put in. It's a big job, so why not get the whānau to help? So we want fairly large chunks of vegetables, otherwise when you cook them they're just going to break up and get overcooked. So that looks like a good size. Potatoes are all chopped, so now it's time to do the kumara. It can be quite hard peeling kumara, especially ones like this with deep folds. You don't need to worry about getting every single scrap of skin off. Now we need to cut it into similar sized chunks to what we did with our potato. Now there's just the pumpkin to do. So we'll start by scooping out the seeds. Now I'm going to cut it in half, so putting it down on the flat side so it can't wobble around. And I'm going to cut slices about the width that I want my pieces to be. It's now quite easy to cut the skin off. Just chop down all around your slice of pumpkin. Cut it into the right size pieces. The meat has been cooking for about 2 hours and now it's time to add the vegetables. But I don't think my pot's big enough to get the vegetables in. So although it's traditional to serve boil up with the meat still on the bones, I'm actually going to take the meat off the bones and put it back in the liquid with the vegetables. I'm going to cut up the silver beet now You could also use spinach, kale, any sort of leafy green will do if you can't get watercress or puha. And this is the land cress, which has a similar sort of flavour to watercress. And now we're going to make our doughboys. Right, to make the doughboys, I'm going to put half a cup of flour and half a teaspoon of baking powder into this bowl. Now the recipe actually has double this quantity, but there's only David and me to eat it, so I thought I'd make a smaller amount. And we need some salt as well. Just put a little bit of salt in. And then we're just going to add enough water to mix it to a dough, a bit like a dumpling dough. Mix a bit more. Now I'm going to add the greens to the boiler and then drop teaspoon size balls of this in as well, because they'll get bigger as they cook. So it's bubbling away and I'm going to put the greens in. And give it a bit of a stir. Next job is to put the doughboys in. The doughboys are in now and bubbling away. I'll put the lid on, turn it down to simmer, and the doughboys should be cooked in about 10 minutes. So here is our finished boil up. The doughboys have risen, the meat and the vegetables are cooked. It smells delicious. Roll on dinner time.